My roommate went missing and the police don't give a fuck. So I took matters into my own hands and what happened next was insane. Part 7. The address led me to a crumbling warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Every step toward the building felt heavier, my heart pounding as I scanned for shadows in the darkness. The USB drive weighed in my pocket like a ticking bomb. Inside, the air was damp, the only light coming from flickering bulbs suspended by frayed wires. My footsteps echoed as I cautiously moved deeper into the space. At the far end of the room, I saw a figure waiting, a middle-aged man with a weathered face and piercing eyes. "You're late," he said, his voice low but steady. "You're Alex's contact?" I asked, keeping my distance. He nodded. "You have the drive?" I hesitated, every instinct screaming not to trust him. "How do I know you're not one of them?" He raised his hands, palms up. "If I was, you'd already be dead. I'm here to help." Reluctantly, I handed over the USB. He plugged it into a tablet, scrolling through the files with grim efficiency. His face darkened as he read. "This is worse than I thought. They've got ties to senators, CEOs, people who can bury the city if they want to. Then why didn't Emma go public with it?" I asked. He looked up at me sharply. "Because the second this goes live, they'll hunt down everyone involved. That's why she disappeared. To protect you." His words hit me like a punch. Emma's silence wasn't abandonment, it was a shield. Before I could respond, the warehouse door groaned open. My blood turned to ice. "We have to go," he whispered, yanking the USB from his tablet and shoving it into his pocket. But it was too late. A group of armed figures stepped into view, their faces obscured by masks. One of them stepped forward, a woman with a cold, calculated voice. "You've caused us enough trouble," she said, her eyes locking onto me. "Hand it over, and we might let you live." The man beside me pulled a gun from his waistband, his stance rigid. "Run," he hissed. I froze, torn between fight and flight. As the first gunshot echoed through the warehouse, I bolted toward the back exit, my legs moving on sheer instinct. The sound of gunfire chased me into the night. My lungs burned as I sprinted through the maze of alleys, unsure if anyone was following me. All I knew was that Alex's contact was buying me time, and I couldn't waste it. Somehow, I ended up in a train station, the USB still tucked in the man's jacket I'd stolen in my flight. As I leaned against the cold metal of a bench, gasping for air, one thought consumed me. I couldn't run forever. If they wanted to silence me, the only way out was to destroy them first. The only question was, how? Make sure to like, follow, and comment Part 8 if you want to see the rest of the story.